Hi everybody, it's Rick
and Rusty
with eatingwestvirginia.com, and we are here at Casa Visone, and we are with Eva Visone, and we have just had an amazing meal, and we want to ask you about the restaurant. If you could, please just tell us a little bit about the history and anything you want about the restaurant.
My husband and I, Francesco, and Francesco is from Florence, Italy. We lived in D.C. and we moved out here in 2000. He actually took a job at the Bavarian Inn. That's why we moved out from Washington. And we were doing our taxes at H&R Block on King Street one day, and there was an empty restaurant. And that was it. It was kind of like, he said, well, I guess we'll just open a restaurant, and that's what we did. But he has been in the food industry since he was a small child. When he was 10, 12, he used to work in restaurants in Florence. So it's been a lot of years that he's been in the business.
How long ago was that you opened this restaurant?
This location we opened 5 years ago. Before that, we opened in 2001 on King Street under a different name, Toscana. And then we sold it with the hopes of retiring. And then we couldn't sell our house, so we had to go back to work. So we opened this one 2 years after that.
So I've noticed, like, the menu, there's a lot of items on your menu that you don't typically see when you go to just a run-of-the-mill Italian restaurant. So talk a little bit about that, and a lot of these recipes are coming from...
They're all his family recipes.
Yeah.
Every one of them, yes. And I think because a lot of Italian food is Americanized
right.
so much, like meatballs.
Right.
They don't eat meatballs.
Not in, yeah.
They eat meatloaf just like you grew up on. They just don't eat that.
I think that's the way it is with a lot of ethnic food, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
it becomes Americanized and it loses its character.
You know, when the Italians came to New York and they had to make it. But our food is typically what you would get in Tuscany. All of the dishes are pretty much, Francesco calls it peasant food, because the Italians eat what is regional in their area, what is grown. Therefore, the different regions are famous for different dishes because perhaps their area grows better eggplant than another area. So, or their tomatoes, San Marzano tomatoes, of course, are from San Marzano.
Right.
So it just depends. My most favorite thing on the menu.
That was going to be our next question.
Yeah.
What is your
My most favorite thing on the menu is the spaghettini and shrimp. Absolutely, by far.
We didn't have that this evening. You want to tell us a little bit about?
It's just it's our tomato basil sauce,
right? Which
we do sell, by the way,
right?
And it's just sautéed shrimp, little white wine, some other stuff which I will not mention.
Right.
And
keep the secret.
Just tossed all together. It's just my favorite thing. And my favorite dessert is the tortadella nonna, which is the grandmother's cake. Which
we did have, which was
I almost fell out of my chair when I had the first bite of that. I just looked at him and said, wow, I've never had anything like that. It's amazing.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's great. The panna semifreddo is fantastic also.
That is.
And that's a special, right? You don't do that all the time. You
We only do it in the summertime.
Yeah, it's delicious.
And that is one of his mother's recipes.
That's great. It's so good.
Fantastic.
All right, so Rusty has one final question for you.
Final question is, if you could sit down for a meal with anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, it'd be Julia Child.
Oh my God.
And is there another answer?
Right. No, really, there's not. Yeah, that's fantastic.
I idolize her.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I mean, that people that love food.
Right.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Yes.
That might be the best answer we've heard yet. Yeah, I love that.
Well, thank you so much. The meal was fantastic.
Thank
we had
you
such
for
a blast.
coming.
This is great, really.
I will follow you guys. I cannot wait to follow you.
If the adventure is ongoing, as fun as what it's been so far. I mean, we've had a blast, and it's just been such. Every time we go out to one of these,
That's great.
it's just great new people.
Definitely
And
have to go for the down to the Peking for their birthday celebration.
okay, we'll
And the special drink there is
Kane special.
the
Cane special bartender
Kane is the
Cane.
bartender.
Okay.
He's a riot. You'll love him.
Well, thanks again.
Thank
I
you.
really
you.
appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.
Thanks.